Never miss a good opportunity to shut up.
I learned with my mom that sometimes the best to do is say absolutely nothing. You really have the right to stay silent.
Just because you can afford it, doesn't mean that you should buy it.
And just because you can buy it doesn't mean you can actually afford it.
You might be the sweetest peach on the tree, but some people just don't like peaches.
Thank you for this.
The grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greenest where it's watered.
Not heard that second bit before. It's got the perfect hint of organic fertilizer too.
You don't have to explain what you don't say.
Needed this. Don't believe everything you read online.
I don't believe you.
Don't work while drunk, including sending emails. Yes, go ahead and write the bad emails and letters etc., but never send them. When writing a difficult email, put the recipient as the very last thing, just to avoid the premature sending.
Sounds like a lesson learned through pure cringe. Hope it worked out for you.
Some people take cold showers, eat 0 carbs, dream journal, meditate, etc. In my experience, everything in life gets easier if you simplify it. So my general daily goals are: eat well, sweat a little, plan ahead, act immediately, mind the budget, and prioritize sleep. Almost all of the above can be summed up as: don't make it a habit to borrow from tomorrow.
In the final interview for my current job, I said, I am a planner. I explained how planning ahead, executing on the plan, and course correcting will make work more efficient, less stressful, and more productive for everyone. They agreed with me enthusiastically. Got the offer, got the job. Now, several months later, here I am having to justify how come I block all my time in advance, refuse to accept meeting invitations for the same day, and ignore chats until I have a block of free time. All the while pushing my teams hard to plug emergencies that were created by lack of planning that should have happened years ago.
Be mindful of what you put between yourself and earth. Always buy good shoes, good tires, and a good mattress.
Got a coffin on the cheap, regretting it to this day.
Cooking and eating at home will save you a lot of money.
And is very satisfying and gives a sense of pride and self-sufficiency.
Never stand up in a canoe.
I took a canoeing course years ago when I was a scout leader. Part of the course was to stand on the gunnels, then the instructor would rock the canoe. The lesson was: don't stand in a canoe. Break only one law at a time.
I.e., if you have a dead hooker in your trunk, don't speed and make sure you have working lights on the car.
Do not under any circumstance approach a wild moose, especially with a calf. GTFO of there.
I just don't fuck with any outside animals really. Every person you meet, on any given day, could be going through the worst day of their lives. Be kind. It costs nothing. I try to live by this, although funny story, one day a guy was harassing me about getting on the elevator before him in my apt complex. I said, oh my apologies, I didn't realize you were waiting, would you want to get on alone? I'll take the next one, it's no big deal. He said, just forget it. This is ridiculous. I said, oh, okay, well I hope you have a better day. And his response was, fuck you. So YMMV. But it's always best to lean on the side of compassion in all things.
Question everything, and do it with the intent to learn, not refute.
Listen more than you speak. Mark Twain quote. Better you keep your mouth shut and look like an idiot, than open it and dispel all doubt. May not be verbatim.
Cooking at home and budgeting is a good way to combat food inflation.
And if you cook things in a balanced, healthy way, you also combat belly inflation.
Compliment people. Don't assume your spouse can read your mind. Take a break from work at least every 2 hours, preferably every hour, even just for a few minutes.
This is gold. So many relationships struggle because we assume we know what our significant other thinks. Nowadays I say when I am tired or fed up so she doesn't start worrying that I have a problem with her. This has created harmony.
Always keep your finger off the trigger unless you actually wanna pull it. This goes for guns, but also for tools. Safety people.
Safety first.
Don't believe the world owes you anything, it was here first.
But nor is it out to get you either. It simply doesn't give a shit.
Do not, in any case, anger a vending machine.
For the final stage of my appraisal, I am going to randomly select one of your vending machines to see if it can be rocked using human strength enough to tip and crush me. Now, in the US, each year, 6 people die this way, and 5 of them are insurance appraisers, so I take this very seriously.
Stay fit now. Don't wait till you're 40 and the doctor gives you a hard wake-up call. It will take double the effort, and double the time at least. Source. Recently received said wake-up call, and efforts are showing minimal results.
As an EMT we see so many older patients with tons issues that could have been avoided, but are unchangeable now.
Focus. It's not possible to sit on 2 horses with only one ass.
What if it extra THICC?
If you have people in your life that are extremely toxic towards you, cut them out of your life.
Immediamente.
Everyone shits on a toilet just like you. No one is above having a shit and they're not above you.
I hope they're not above me when they're taking a shit.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
That's why social media is helping the kids get so depressed.
Look after your knees. Too late, paying the price for it now.
My wife was very much a call the doctor type with our first baby, no matter how minor the issue. Stuffy nose? Call the doctor. Crying louder than normal? Call the doctor. Not crying at all? Call the doctor. And if we didn't hear back quickly enough from the doctor, go to the emergency room. I was the other end of the spectrum. As the oldest child, I was always looking after my younger siblings, and if it wasn't broken, bleeding, or no longer attached, I thought, no big deal. Thankfully, none of these incidents amounted to anything, but they were a loss of time and money, and it was a little frustrating to always be right in retrospect but never listen to in the moment. I had to bite my tongue every time to hold back the, I told you so. I complained to my father about all these false alarms and his advice. You have to be right every time, and she only has to be right once, for it to be something you regret not calling the doctor about sooner. So after that, I just said, yup, let's call the doctor. A friend M31 passed away last week. He had bad headaches for a year. Autopsy determined died from a brain tumor. You never know, so just go.